Checkers. It's Comics and Shots, a completely improvised semi-comedic musing by Howard Stern's Mick the Nerd, aka YouTube and TikTok's Mick the Man, aka Mick the Maverick, aka a guy who tried a new pizza place. It was pizza. Today's subject: free flow, free flow, free flow, free flow, free flow. Think of a subject now. Hobbity 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 Dr. Doom. Yeah. Let's go over Dr. Doom. Does Dr. Doom fall under anti-hero who's supervillain who is just popular? Because I feel he kind of does a lot of the time. Like, you read the early comics, he did some fucked up shit. Like, he brainwashed a kid, turned him into an adult, and made him essentially a psychic clone of himself. That was weird. That was very weird. Yeah. Then, like, splash forward years later, he's, like, friends with Iron Man or something, and then he becomes Iron Man. But instead of wearing a suit that actually looked like Iron Man, it's just like a modified version of his Dr. Doom-ass costume. It was weird. Very weird. Ugh. It's like, I'm not anti-redemption. Like, I want Doc Ock to be redeemed. Rhino. Lizard. Well, I want Lizard to have powers. Ben Reilly, of course. But it's also like, it just, when it happened, when he started becoming friends with Iron Man, it kind of felt like it came out of nowhere as he, once again, did some heinous shit in the past. Granted, according to the canon, he's doing this heinous shit because he genuinely believes that if he conquers the world, like, he'll actually create world peace, but it's kind of a do the ends justify the means situation. Like, with that, like, it's also kind of similar to Poison Ivy, where, like, she's also, like, one of the kind of anti-heroes who's a supervillain who becomes popular, you know? Like, once again, granted, the Earth is dying, and she's right for pointing this out, but does that justify all the murder? No, not really. Like, you could do this without murdering people, Poison Ivy. You were like you were a member of the Justice League for 5 seconds, you know, people value you, so maybe try murdering less. Maybe try murdering less. Maybe. You know, maybe. And then there's Black Adam. Yeah, I mean, I can't really justify Black Adam in DC Comics. Like, he used to hold executions in his country. It's like, you can't really anti-hero that. It's like, you know. But, like, then that's like me saying, oh, like, falling into the trap of, oh, people want morally nuanced characters, but when they see blah, right? It's like, am I just being fickle about this? And, you know, I like Poison Ivy as an anti-hero, or probably more accurately, like Harley Quinn more as an anti-hero. Yeah. Ugh. On the subject, though, a lot of people who say they want Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy to be villains, pure villains again, a lot of them are homophobes. Like, yeah. You know, it's like, it's kind of obvious. There are some people who legitimately want them to be villains, but there's a good chunk of people who just don't want queer heroes. It's kind of obvious. Yeah. Ugh. Anti-heroes. Morbius, you know. You know, they've ended up making him, like, less murdery about the way he does vampire stuff. Yeah. Subject of Morbius, what the hell was up with his name? Michael Morbius. Terrible name. Terrible name. I'm just gonna look up what the hell Morbius means. down for a second. Morbius, a living vampire. Okay, Tommy Roy. Yeah, he was originally made as a villain of, followed the comic book industry's self-censorship board, updating which included lifting a ban on comic book stories depicting vampires. Huh. Oh, that's neat. Oh, he was one of the first vampires in fiction. Well, first unbanned vampires in comic book fiction. Roy Thomas. Oh, he was supposed to be Dracula. That makes a lot more sense. Oh, okay. Roy says it's like there's this movie called The Forbidden Planet, and a villain in it was Dr. Edward Morbius, or I think main character, and yeah, it just says that the name wasn't deliberately taken from antagonist Dr. Morbius, but come on now. It's bad enough that it's too similar to like Dracula from Dell Comics. Seriously, Dracula Dell Comics is like a scientist who, after using radioactive bat blood, or, well, manipulating bat blood to find a cure for diseases, he ends up getting superpowers. Like able to turn into a bat and other stuff similar to Morbius. Yeah. Who was also supposed to be Dracula. This episode is called Antihero Based Ramble. I hope you liked it. And with that, like, comment, and subscribe. Donate if you're feeling nice. Share it with a bear. And I always remember, praise be to the blood elk, fear the stabopotamus, and death to Kronos. Why is it that the special needs facility doesn't have good cell reception? You think with all the people in there, they'd want as many connections as possible. Have a night, folks.